Hey guys, how's it going? Hi, nice to see you all in the chat. Lolly, my vacation was really good. Thank you for asking. Panama was great. I had no expectations, but I had a really good time. Hi Jacqueline, hi Pillar, hi Nazari from Ukraine. Muna, hi. Yes, I miss you guys. It feels like I've been gone for so long, but only 1 week I missed. But yeah, I had a really great vacation. Like I said, I didn't really know what to expect with Panama City, but I have a friend who lives there, and we have been friends for a very long time, since we were about 8 years old. So it was really nice to spend the week there with her and her family. They live there. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things. Gertie, the mosquitoes weren't bad. I didn't get many bites at all. So should be all good with that. I think I'm just lucky though, because I saw another person and he had a lot of mosquito bites. So Nazari, I'm glad that you're happy to be here. Good. Well, thank you for coming, everyone. This is my 26th stream. And today we will be talking about modals of certainty. We're going to be doing a lot of practice with each other. Thank you, Pillar. I'm happy to be back. And tell me about you guys. How are you guys doing? How is everyone? Is anyone new here in the chat, or I see a lot of familiar names, so maybe it's a lot of the same people. Oh, Gertie, you had a bad experience with the mosquitoes. Yeah, I remember you warned me about that, but maybe they don't like my blood. I don't know. So let's get started. Nice to see you all in the chat. I'm happy you're here, and feel free to participate and cater a book to learn grammar. I don't really have, off the top of my head, I don't have a specific book that I recommend, but I can look into some books and get back to you on that. But Grammar for Dummies is also a good book if you want to check that out. But maybe some other people in the chat, they have good recommendations for you. If any of you in the chat have good grammar books, then please put the titles in the chat for Cater, and he'd be happy to receive them. Manifi, welcome back to the chat. Nice to see you. Okay, let's get started. English in Use. There you go. That's good, Lolly. Do you know the author of that book? I'm going to change the screen here. I'm sure he could find out if he Googles that. So, yeah, English in Use, and like I said, the For Dummies series are always good. Grammar for Dummies. You can check that one out. Good. That's good that everyone's giving some recommendations. Nice. Alrighty. Jacqueline, you like Raymond Murphy too. Okay, that's awesome. Good. Good. It's sharing is caring, as I say. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. If it's working, hold on a moment. And I hope you guys have all had a great past week. Do you guys have any news, any new stories to share? Have any of you done any traveling in the last week? Feel free to add some things to the chat. But today in grammar, I'm going to be talking about modals of certainty. So basically, how sure you are, okay? In different situations. Of course, in every language, all the time, we guess about things, right? When we don't know the answer to someone's question, or if we don't know some information, we like to make guesses, right? So we're going to go over the different modals and expressions that we use in English to make some guesses, okay? Confident guesses, weaker guesses, we'll go over it all. Negative guesses, okay? So let's begin. Let's look at this first dialogue here. Imagine somebody asks you, do you know where John is? If you don't know the answer, no, I don't. But like I said, we like to guess. He might be on a break. Okay, so might, this is our modal of certainty. And of course, might is a weak guess. Fat Tatam, you might be out of town next week. That's cool. That's exciting. It's always nice to be on the road. Switch up your routine. Yeah, Gertie, Panama City was great. I was not staying in the center of the city, actually. I was staying near Veracruz in Panama Pacifico. It's a gated community where my friend lives with her family. And yeah, it was really fun. We went to the beach, we went to Toboga Island, we went to Los Cajones de Cham, which was really cool. We went to, which place? Another beach town about an hour drive away. So yeah, it was really good. It was very mountainous, a lot of mountains and very scenic, very lush. It was really, really great. Lolly, you say he may be on a break. Definitely, this is possible. You know, if you want to use might, that's fine, but you can also use may, and there's no difference really. It's just a weaker guess, okay? And could is also possible. He could be on a break. So let's look down here. If we are less than 100% sure, then we use modals to show our level of certainty, to show how sure we are. So again, of course, if you know the answer and you are 100% sure, we just use a regular positive sentence, right? He's on a break. We're not using any modals of certainty here because you know. If you don't know, but you are, very confident in your guess, then we can use our modal verb must, okay? But we also use these expressions has to or have to and has got to or have got to, okay? So these are not modal verbs, but they are used with the same meaning of must, okay? And they are very common in speaking, okay? And now in the next box here, if you are not sure, uncertain, then we usually use may or might or could, okay? So this lets the listener know that we really aren't sure, but we're just making a guess to give you an idea of what could be the case, okay? Cater, here it's 3:08 p.m., so just an hour earlier than you. Ought to manifi is not used for certainty. So this is ought to is used for suggestions or advice. Okay, so that's where modals are a little bit tricky because the same modal verb can be used in different ways. Ought to is used for advice, but it's not used for certainty. Thank you, Nazari. That's really nice of you to say. Appreciate that. Let's look at some examples, okay? Fat Tat Time, he could fix the bike for you. So in this case, again, you're not guessing. You're just talking about like a suggestion. He could fix the bike for you is sort of making a suggestion and also focusing maybe on ability, okay? So when we're using modals of certainty, it needs to be not an idea or a suggestion, it's a guess about something that you're not sure about, okay? And it should become a little more clear when we do more examples. So look at this person guessing about somebody who is eating. Oh, he must be hungry, okay? You don't know if he's hungry because you have not asked him, but if you say he must be hungry, why are you so sure? Because he hasn't eaten anything all day, okay? With using our modals of certainty, we often back up our guesses with information, okay, that it's why you're confident, the information why you're confident, okay? Again, next situation. If you see somebody's coat, you see their bag, but you don't see them, then, sorry, I'm just seeing Mrs. Mir Fahad Ali Khan. You are not able to see me. That's strange. Can everybody else see me? Lolly Lolly, can you see me on your screen? Hi, Farva. Well, you better not stay up too late if you have to go to work early. But nice to see you in the chat. Okay, you see me, so thank you, everyone. Maybe Mrs. Mir Fahad, you might need to close your window and go back into YouTube. Maybe that will work. Sorry about that. Maybe you should use, if you have a different Explorer, not Firefox, you should try using a different Explorer. Okay, so sorry, back to the lesson. If you see somebody's belongings but you don't see them and someone says, "Where is Jessica?" You could say, I'm not sure, but she has to be here because I saw her belongings, okay? So you're making a confident guess based on the fact that you see the person's belongings, okay? She has to go home early. Why does she have to go home early? You don't know, but you could guess she might have to do her homework still, okay? Or she could have homework to do. So that was focusing on positive situations. If we are guessing about negative situations, so what we're sure is not the case, okay, then of course if you're 100% sure, just a negative verb, he isn't here. If you're not, if you're very sure that something is not the case, then we do not use must not, we use can't if we're guessing, okay? He can't be here. He can't be here because he told me he was going out of the country, okay? So that's why you're so sure that he is not there, okay? Must not is not used for negative guessing because mustn't is more about prohibition, what's not allowed, okay? We'll go over that a bit more with examples. So if you're not so sure about what's not the case, then we can use may not, might not. Birkin, good example. If you're talking about an injury, it's not very swollen, so it might not be serious. Perfect example. Good. Again, may not, might not. There is no difference in the modal that you use, whether it's may or might. When it comes to guessing, it's the same. All right, so let's look at these examples. You have a new student in your class. She joined the school this morning, so she can't know the rules yet. Okay, so you're guessing that she wouldn't know the rules so soon. Again, remember, this is all personal opinions. These are personal guesses. This is not about fact or anything like that. You said Joe was Canadian, but he speaks English with an Irish accent. He can't be Canadian. Again, this is somebody's guess. Of course he could be Irish Canadian, you know, but you're just making this guess. Another one, Jose may not understand what you're saying. His English is not as good as mine, or he hasn't been studying English for very long, okay? So your guess is that he may not understand. Okay, so before we go into the continuous form, let's get some examples going. And Muna, let's see yours. He might miss the class because he is exhausted from work. That's good. Good example of an unsure guess. Asadullah, not too late. You're good. Welcome to the class. We're talking about making guesses, okay? So, on my document here, I will share this with the class after. Let me just make it bigger and let me make the font bigger. All right. Hey Pedro, how's it going? Good to see you. We are talking about making good guesses in English in situations that you're really not sure about. Okay. Cater this document at the end of my stream. I will post it into the chat. Okay, so you can get it at the end. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about it. In this stream today, we're focusing on present and continuous. Okay. In next week's stream, we are going to add in talking about the past, but not the past today, just present and continuous. That's right, Pedro, certainty. I was saying guessing, but yeah, it's the same thing. Modals of certainty. So making guesses is the same thing. So the forms, we have present form and continuous form. For the present, we have our modal or our have to, has to, and a base verb, okay? That base verb, whatever you're guessing about, okay? Oftentimes it's be, but it's not always. Nazari, yeah, my lessons are geared towards intermediate students for sure. Middle, yeah. It's the Smrt curriculum and it's the intermediate core 120 level. All right, continuous, we'll get to that, but the form is modal, and then you always have your be verb there, and then you have a verb ing. Okay, so that's to guess about things that are in progress. Okay, for example, if you go home and the laundry detergent, the laundry soap is gone, not in your house, you could say, oh, the laundry soap is gone. My roommate must be doing her laundry, because it's in progress. Okay, so again, just a little recap. Positive strong guesses, we use must, has to or have to, has got to or have got to. And just remember that this is pronounced hasta usually, or have to, or gotta for has got to. Gotta. She's gotta be at work. I don't see her car in the driveway. She's gotta be at work. Okay? That's how it is in speaking, even though it's not great pronunciation. Just a note that when speakers are guessing, we often use just the adverb probably to make our guesses. Yeah. And if we have positive weak guesses, then may or might or could. Could is like possibly, you know. Where's mom? I don't know. She could be at the gym. This means it's a possibility. And again, if we're making negative guesses and we're really sure, then we use can't, you know. For example, where is your roommate? I'm not sure, but she can't be traveling because her passport is here, for example. If you're making a weaker guess in the negative, again, may not or might not. Okay. Yes, Manifi, I have a lot of traveling to do in my life still. Yeah, I've done a lot of traveling, but I have many places I still want to go. Okay, so we're going to get into some examples. And before we do that, actually, going back to Smrt, and let's just finish off with the Smrt, and then we'll do our own examples. Okay, so remember, if we want to guess about something that you think is in progress, okay, we use the modal verb and then be and then verb ing. Okay. For example, where's your dad? I don't know. He might be working late. That means the working is in progress. You know, if someone comes into the office and say it's raining, you're like, what? It can't be raining right now. It was sunny this morning. And if you're calling your friend, she's not answering, then you could say she must be sleeping at home. She's not answering her phone. She must be sleeping. And if you're hearing a lot of noise and someone says, what's that noise? I don't know. My neighbors might be having a party. It's really noisy. Okay. So before we go, we're going to do some exercises today, but let's come up with our own examples. And I just want to see Muna. I always mix up with would and could. So Muna, for would is used for different things like requests. Would you please close the door for a request? And it's also used for the second conditional for hypothetical situations, like I would go with you if I had enough time. But in this case, we're not going to use would at all. So you don't have to worry about using would for when you're using modals of certainty, when you're guessing. Could is used for different things. Ability, yes, definitely ability. In this case, it's not about ability, but it's about possibility. What what's your guess about something? What's a possibility? Okay. Hello, Raphael. Welcome. You can still participate, no problem. Gertie. So yeah, Gertie, you could say Julia looks, so you could say Julia looks nicely tanned. So she might be visiting a Caribbean country, you could say. Yeah, and in this case, you might go, if it's finished and I'm back, you would use a past modal, which we'll talk about more next week, but that would be Julia might have visited a Caribbean country. Birkin, that's a good example. He has a sore ankle. It could be broken. You're guessing, it's a possibility. Cater, I might have heard a rumor. This is in the past again. But let's go through these examples, and you guys can give me lots of examples that I'll write on the document. So the question is, what could you guess about the following situations using the language that we have just reviewed for the past 20 minutes? Okay, so try to use that language. Try to focus on the present tense or the continuous, okay? So, number one, and you know, any guess is fine, just have to use the right grammar, and please be respectful with your guesses, okay? First situation, your parents aren't answering their home phone. So what are some good guesses that we can make about this situation? Why aren't your parents answering their home phone? Base forms always come after modal verbs. That's right, Manifi. That's a great rule to always remember. So Pedro, what is D? Oh, shower. Okay, yes. So you could say, my dad. If you're going to use could, we don't use probably. Okay, so if you want to use probably, we use our present continuous for the continuous. My dad is probably having a shower. Okay. What are some more? They must be still working. Good. They must be still working. That's a good one. They could be sleeping. Good. That's a good one. Birkin, they could be eating out. That's good. Eating out, an expression we use for eating at a restaurant. Good, so we have a negative guess with Raphael. They may not be home, you could just say. Instead of they may be out of the home, they may not be home. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I haven't gotten any answer from my parents. They must be so busy. Good. Present. They must be so busy. Pillar, my mom might have her headphones on, we would say. My mom might have her headphones. Oops. Good. Another one, they might not. So Muna, you be careful with not should. They might not be getting home early. They might not be getting home early. My parents must be in the garage. My mom might be helping the children. Good. All right, good guys. So they may not, Asudala, they may not be at home right now. Don't forget your be verb. They may not be at home right now. Okay. Raphael, that's good, but yours is you would use past. They must not have heard the phone ring. Okay, but you can use continuous. They must not be hearing the phone ring. They must not be hearing the phone ring. But we wouldn't use continuous because it's a stative verb. They must not hear the phone ring. Okay. Good. Let's move on to the next situation, everyone. This is, your classmate isn't in class today. Good, Pedro. That's a great example, but I'll keep it off because it's past. So let's try to think of present or continuous, but that's a really good example. My classmate must have missed the school bus. Perfect. Let's focus on present and continuous. Lolly, your example would be in the past. She may not have heard her alarm clock. She may not have heard her alarm clock because that's finished back. Pillar, there you go. He must be ill. Oh, yeah. He might be sick. He must be ill. That's fine, both good. Hi, Calvin. Nice to see you in the chat. Ninad, he may be doing homework. You could say somewhere else. He may be doing homework somewhere else. Gertie, he may be taking a sick day since it's in progress. Yeah. Manifish, I shall read your comments. What did I miss? We should do our job ASAP. That's a good sentence, but you're not guessing about anything. That's a sentence about obligation, using should for obligation, like, an advice. We should do our job ASAP. He must have some really serious things to do. Kelvin, the topic is modals of certainty. Okay, so we're making guesses about situations that we don't know the answer for. Yeah, Abu, so that's what you say. He might be taking a rest for one day. Yeah. Hello, Weem. Welcome. Manifi, we may miss our class is about probability, not certainty. Okay. So that's good for the second one. Lots of good guesses. Let's go to number 3. Imagine you live in a share house with other people. The next situation, hi Dilek, welcome to the online class. We're talking about modals of certainty, making guesses. Next situation is that you come home to a freezer full of frozen pizzas. And you live in a share house, so why would you come home to a bunch of frozen pizzas in the freezer? Why did someone buy all of these pizzas? Lots of potential reasons. I'll give you guys a few minutes. Hi Ibrahim, welcome to our online stream. Abu, good. He may be having a party. You could even modify that a little bit. He may be planning to have a party. Good. What else? This is the situation that we're guessing about. Jacqueline, that's a good idea. I'll change your language just a little bit. They could be hosting friends, we would say. They could be hosting friends. Lolly, your idea is good, and your idea is about the past, though. So you would say, my parents may have gone shopping today. Pedro, my roommate must be scared of his pizza, so he ran out of the store. Well, if he were scared of pizza, he wouldn't bring all of the pizza home with him, would he? Good. There's another good example from Waim. They might be having a special event this weekend. Good. Don't worry, Lolly. You just have to think about your ideas. You're thinking about things in the past that cause a present situation. Instead, try to think of a present or like a future situation that would cause the current situation. For example, there must be a sale on pizzas at the grocery store. If someone stocks up on pizza, this expression stocks up, this means buys a lot of one thing, then maybe there's a big sale on, and so you're like, oh, these pizzas are $5, I'm going to buy 10 of them, right? Footworks, he may be preparing for an emergency situation, which might be coming at some point. Perfect, that's a good guess. Manifi, your guesses are very random. Oh no, I guess that works. Maybe it's pizza for the sports team. Yeah. Our team may be playing next week. That's a good guess. Nazari, I like your context. Oh my goodness, there are so many pizzas. He must be planning something special. He must be planning something special. Good job, you guys. Gertie, you may be planning a humanitarian activity with the homeless on our street. That's a good idea. For the language, I might say you may be, my roommate may be planning a humanitarian activity. Yeah, no, it's fine. That's a good sentence. But instead of with the homeless on our street, you could say for the homeless on our street. Pedro, he might be, yes, that's a good one. I like your emoji. He might be addicted to pizza, we say. Or he might have a pizza addiction. Manifi, I might be misunderstanding the meaning. That's true. It's sometimes hard to know exactly what everyone means. Next situation. No, footwork, don't be sorry. That's what it's all about. Anyone can communicate with the chat. It's open to anyone, for sure. It's good to participate. Next situation. Your sister can't buy tickets to a concert she wanted to go to. So think about not past, but a present situation. Lala, we are talking about modals of certainty in English, guessing about situations that you're not quite sure about. Abu, she might not have enough money. So we wouldn't use be having because in this case, have is a stative verb, so not ing. She might not have enough money. Good. Good language, Lolly. She must be broke. And Nanad, you said she may be without money. This is a much more common way to say that. She must be broke. This is an expression to mean when you do not have much money at that time. Calvin, she might have run out of money would be a past guess. Pedro, yeah, she penniless is a little, that would mean absolutely zero money, like no money at all. But broke, when people say I'm broke, they're not being literal. They're just being a little dramatic. Like you do usually when, you can be literal and say I'm absolutely broke, like no money. But most people, they use this as an expression, as an excuse not to do things. Like, oh, sorry, I can't go out with you, I'm too broke right now, but realistically they do have some money in the bank, but yeah, you could be in debt or you must just not have extra spending money. She must be losing her wallet. So Lolly, think about that idea. That would be finished in the past, right? So that would be she must have lost her wallet. And losing your wallet is not a continuous thing. It's not something that you do over and over. We could also say that the concert may be sold out. Okay, the concert may be sold out. Or, good, Calvin, she might have been late. Raphael, she might be out of time to go to the ticket office. Yep, she might be out of time to go to the ticket office. Yeah. We sometimes say box office. Manifi, my sister is not going to attend the concert because she may, you would use past, she may have lost her tickets. So Lala, this is a class to practice making guesses about situations that you are not sure about, okay? And we're using modals of certainty. But I've noticed in our chats, in our examples so far, we have not used has to or has got to. We are only using may or might or must, right? So in the future, maybe you guys can start to use has to or has got to, okay? So next situation. Your coworker has a car, but she is taking the bus to work this week. Dilek, the concert might be canceled. That's a good one. I'll add that one. We didn't have that one. The concert might be canceled. Good. Birkin, you could say she couldn't. Well, we don't really use could not. We would use may not or might not. She might not have a large amount of money to spend. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, next one. Your coworker has a car, but she is taking the bus to work this week. Good, Pedro. Her car has to be broken. Good job. She may, and we would say not know instead of be doesn't. She may not know how to drive. That's okay, it's grammatically correct, but it does say that she has a car. But yeah, maybe she doesn't know how to use it, that's true. There's no wrong guess, it's just using the right grammar. Yeah, her car must be broken. The car might... So, Abu, I'll change your sentence a little bit to just say her husband might be using her car this week. Okay. Her husband might be using her car this week. More guesses, more guesses. Good, Wahim. She may have a problem with her car. Yeah. Lolly, that's good. That's what I was thinking. Her car might be at the mechanic. If you're going to say mechanic, because it's a person, we would say with. Her car might be with the mechanic. Or her car might be in the shop. We say in the shop. We just know it's about like mechanical shop. Calvin, she might have taken her car to a mechanic. That's good. Manifi, she may be able to ask for another car. So this is good, but it's a guess about ability, not certainty. Nazari, she just might be enforced to take a bus for some reason. So your idea, maybe she might just want to take the bus for some reason. She might just want to take the bus for some reason, yeah. She probably just wants to save gas money. You could say she probably just wants to save gas money. Let me get going up on the different Pedro, she probably, her car was probably stolen. You could say her car was probably stolen. And again, we're not using, like I said, sometimes speakers just use probably to make their guess instead of modals. Gertie, she might be taking care of the environment. That's a good one. She might be taking care of the environment. Yeah, she might be, you could say she might be trying to take care of the environment. Her car might be a Ford, Rodrigo. So I take it you don't like Fords? She may have traffic. So you would say not she, but there may be a lot of traffic. So it's easier to use the bus. Yeah. Let's see, Nanad, the car must be stolen. So in this case, it would be a guess about the past. So Nanad, you would want to say the car must have been stolen, okay? Like I said, next week we're going to continue this topic a little bit more, but also add in the past. Let's see here. Who likes Fords? Well, I don't really know my cars very well, but I'm more of a Toyota Tacoma truck gal. But Ford is a classic, right? It's been around forever, but I have heard that it's not the best car. Okay, the car might be without gas. That's good. You could say she may be out of gas. Yeah. Good, she might be selling her car. Lots of good ideas, you guys. Good job, good job. Pedro, she may be ashamed of her cheap car since all of her friends have expensive ones. Yeah, that's true. That could be the case. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. There are two more. I have two more on the list. So, next one. Let me see if I'm missing anything. So, Lala, you would want to put probably after your be verb. The car is probably out of gas. Adverbs come after the be verb. Yeah. Rodrigo, right on. So Toyota is a good car, isn't it? I used to have a Toyota Corolla, and it was a great car. Not the fanciest, but it was very reliable. Pedro, let's see. Nazari, she may be taking the bus because she is scared of driving. Yeah. There might be a lot of construction work on the way to work. Good, Abu. Yeah. Okay, so we're moving on to the next. Dilek, this is a past guess. She might have lost her driving license, her driver's license. Yeah. Okay, your friend comes to class with a box of tissues. Kleenex. What could we guess about that? Why did your friend come to class with a box of tissues? So again, Lolly, because your verb have is stative, you would just use the simple form, present simple form. She must have a cold. Rodrigo, he must be crying a lot. Nanad, if you're focusing on the past, she might have caught the flu. Hello, Mr. Macy's 2010. How's it going? Wahim, he might have gotten the flu. Manifi, my friend may be crying inside the class. Good. That's good. So that's a good friend then. Gertie, that would be past. She might have caught a cold. Rodrigo, not the most appropriate comment if you're talking about what I think you're talking about. Lala, she might have a cold. Yeah, she might have a cold, which we have here. Yeah. She might be allergic to dust. That's a good one, Jacqueline. Good. Or even just saying she must have allergies. Yep. Good, Birkin. That's another idea. She might be cleaning her desk. She has to be afraid that the toilets there don't have clean tissues. Yeah. No guess is a wrong guess. She has to be afraid that the toilets there don't have any clean toilet paper, we usually say. Kind of a funny guess, but no guess is a wrong guess. Oh, good, Lala. Yep. She might be preparing for a lunch party, for sure. Okay. Mohammed, thank you. It's good to be back. Yeah, had a nice vacation. All right, one more. The next one, let's see, we've got lots of guesses. You're going to have lots of examples on your document. Okay, you come home and your mom's yoga equipment is gone and you don't know where your mom is. Couple examples for this one. You come home and your mom's yoga equipment is gone and you don't know where your mom is. What could be the case here? I don't, Asadullah, no. This is the only online I do. I work here at the school with some live, or not live, this is live, but in-person teaching. No, Rodrigo, I'm sure everyone thinks of dark reasons, but we're trying to have a positive online atmosphere here, so we don't want to go too dark side. There's a time and a place for everything, right? She must be doing yoga at school. Good, Nanad. Perfect. Lolly, good. She must be practicing yoga at her club. Good. Lala, yeah, you can make that's a positive statement. Not a guess, but that's fine. She is definitely in a yoga class. Gertie, she might be, yeah, generally with yoga, we don't always use the verb practicing. We just kind of use doing, like she might be doing a yoga class. She might be doing a yoga class. Or we just say she might be at a yoga class. Dilek, she must have broken up with her boyfriend would be past. Yeah, Waim, she might be going to the gym. Good. Yeah. Michaeli, she might have gone to the gym. Good. Past guess. She must be in the garden, Manifi. Sure, maybe she's doing outdoor yoga. Yeah, she might be meditating. Okay, good. Awesome, you guys. Good stuff. So that's what all I'll put on this document. And again, I'm going to share it with you all so you can reread it and check it out a little more. But we're not quite finished yet. So I'm going to go back to Smrt, and I'll give you guys a few more questions. All right. With this exercise, very similar to what we just do, Kelvin, next week I'm going to talk more about using have and a past participle. That is for guessing about the past to create, what happened in the past that equals a present situation. So it's past modals, the perfect infinitive we call it. We'll talk about that more next week. But today we were just focusing on guessing about the present and guessing about continuous, okay? Yeah, so this is similar to what we just did, so I'm going to skip down. We're actually not going to do that one right now. So Rodrigo, you won't have any crazy ideas, but we're going to do this one. So basically there's a little text here. I'll read it out loud to you, and then you guys can try to answer these questions with guesses, okay? Because they don't tell us the information. All right, so here is the story. I'll leave it up here, and then I've got some questions for you. So here's the story. James, I think about you every day and I miss you so much. In fact, I carry your photo with me and look at it when I'm sad. I hope you are enjoying your new opportunity in China, and I am excited to see you in the spring. Okay, so the first question was an example. What is the relationship between the writer and James? We don't know, they don't tell us, but we could guess they must be married or they must be in a relationship. Why is James in China? They have to be best mates. You could guess that too. They have to be best mates. But why is James in China? Do you guys remember the story? Why is James in China? Okay, not really relevant there, Rodrigo. He must be having a better job. So good, Lolly. That's again, it's a past, but we would say he must have found a better job there. Okay. But let's do, present continuous. It's he though, okay? James is he. So he might be working there. Good. He must be on a vacation. Good. Nazari, thank you. Thanks for saying goodbye. Have a great evening. Sleep well over in Ukraine. He has to be eager to leave his hometown. Well, he's already gone, so that wouldn't really match. And they might be close friends, yeah. Okay, where does the woman keep the photo of James? Where can we guess? And that's good, Abu. Yeah, he might be on a business trip. So where does the woman keep the photo? He might be visiting his family. He might have a Chinese class. Good. He might be on a business trip. Awesome. Yeah. So where does the woman keep the photo of James? Just guessing. She says in the story, I carry your photo with me and look at it when I'm sad, but it doesn't tell us where she carries the photo. So where can we guess? She has to keep the photo in a necklace. Yeah, we could make this continuous. She has to be keeping the photo in a necklace, like a locket. Good, Abu. She might be keeping it on her phone. Yeah. She must like him a lot for sure. She may keep it inside her memory card. Yeah. Good. I think we can do one more. This is the second text. Okay, so this person is writing that, wow, I'm so nervous. I have been practicing my performance for many months, and now it's finally time to do it. I wonder where my parents are sitting. I wonder if I will be able to see the audience. I hope I don't make any mistakes. What is the writer's job? First question. What is the writer's job? Good. Let's do a full sentence. He's got to be a singer. He's got to be a singer. He might be a singer. He must be a singer. Good. What else could he be beside a singer? What else could we say? He has to be an, because we have a vowel here, E, we use A-N. He has to be an entertainer. Good. Good, Gertie. He must be a musician. Perfect. Good, Lolly. He must be a guitarist. Perfect. Perfect. He is probably a dancer. He could be a dancer. Do you think the writer has a lot of experience? Maybe we would use a negative guess here. Do you think the writer has a lot of experience? Because look at here, it says, I'm so nervous, okay? I hope I don't make any mistakes. I wonder if I'll be able to see the audience. So, certainly not, right? So let's see here. He can't. If you're certain that he's not Kelvin, we would say he can't have that much experience. Good. Yeah, that's a good word, Gertie. He might be an amateur. He might be an amateur. He might be an amateur musician. Good. Yeah. And the last question for him, where is the writer? Where is the writer? Lolly, that's good. He might not be experienced. Good. ED adjective, experienced. Michaeli, he may not have past experience. Good sentence. It's his first time, Kadesha. Positive statement. Yeah, it could be his first time. Manifi, you think he must be a professional. Okay. He might be a debut musician. Good job, Nanad. Okay. Rodrigo, you said he must be the guy who opens the stage curtain. Maybe. Then he's kind of funny how nervous he is to do that. But where is the writer? He might be on the stage. Yep. He could be backstage as well. Okay. So it's 4 o'clock, you guys. We're going to wrap this up now. I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll be back next week, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And next week we're going to continue on this topic a little bit longer, adding in past modals and, taking a look at past, present, continuous all together. Thanks for participating. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being nice in the chat. And this document I will share with you now. So yeah, thanks. I'll say goodbye and until next week. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And see you next time. Ciao.